Good morning, and welcome along to a live stream that we've been wanting to do for a very long time on the channel. And today I thought we'd jump into Mazuri Gardens. So last night we tried to stream and it didn't work. We had so many attempts and we wasted Matty's time trying to get him on as well. So I do apologise for wasting your time in that one. But today I've got it working, and it's maybe just because less people are using the internet in the morning. But I'm looking forward to just doing some stuff in Mazuri, so we need to tidy up a bit in today's stream, but we won't go for too long. But if you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for watching. So hopefully you'll just get a gist of my general ideas of this park, and I'm so happy to be building back in this park. So if we're going to build anything today, which I'm sure we will do, I want to look for kind of like a boardwalk kind of telescope just here, and I want that to zoom into just over here to the flamingos. I think that'd be quite a nice little feature that we could have going on there. So this is what we've built most recently. You'll see behind that screen, there's something very exciting that I'm not going to show you, but that is actually something I've been building, and I'll say smoothing to give you an idea. So that is a coaster that is coming to this park. I haven't built a coaster for ages. If you ask me about this coaster, then I'm going to tell you that I'm not a big fan, and it's very rough. And also, in some places, it's so difficult to get the pacing. Would it ever get up here? Could that be ensured that it would ever reach the top? There's weird things about it. And also, on some of the banking, you go right to the edge and really be pulled out. But I think it's quite an entertaining ride. We can definitely take a ride on it as people join the stream. That's the wrong ride. So, as you'll see just here, I used to have huge trees in the middle just here, plonked there, I think, and one went just there, and I didn't like that at all, because for a realistic coaster you would not have things established like that, especially if this was a newer edition. I'm okay with these two. This one's probably still too close, but certainly, and that one's probably just about okay, probably not even okay. So we're going to have to do a bit more foliage that's more realistic. So we'll have a look at the results. There's the results there. It's all okay. And hopefully this isn't too laggy on the stream. I really hope that it's all good. But happy Tuesday morning, or for some people I guess it's early hours if you're in America or whatever. Europe, I guess, yeah. Getting on to lunchtime. Well, not really. Nearly. So you've got a nice helix to start with. Bit of airtime, which is a bit of a weird thing for these kind of coasters. They seem to just go down very gradually, but that's what I did for this one. Banking around, and then this is the bit I'm not too sure on. Then it swings itself right out, and under this kind of tunnel, you can see all the established foliage. I think we need to get rid of some of this, because it's not very realistic to how it would actually be in real life, because it wouldn't have grown this fast, and also they wouldn't want it growing and forming as part of the wood, as we know wood can do and stuff. It would probably attract to this wooden coaster. And then you have the second lift hill. This is my favourite bit, I think, when you dive down and it's like you're going onto a runway. I like how that's coloured. I think it's realistic enough. It's kind of sunk down a little bit. But no, I like that. Big helix. This is where it's probably really intense. You're going at quite some speed. Bit of air time again. I'm not too sure how regular that is for these kind of coasters. And then banking around, going around to the left, and then into somewhat of a switch track, transfer track kind of area. And this is a bit of a weird one really, because I needed the space and I needed to get round, and to do that I had to do two switchbacks, which is a bit of a weird decision, but I did it in the end, and hopefully we can get a switch track in there, and you'll see that you'll soon roll into the actual station just here. So into the station, you can see I'm quite happy with this. I think out of all the stuff, this is pretty standard, pretty decent. It's good enough. It's certainly not something that I'm going to rip out. So hopefully this stream will give you a good idea of what our plans are, because as you maybe like people OGs of the channel will remember, over here we had a coaster. You can probably see with the terrain paint all the way to over here, a big launch coaster inspired by Cheetah Hunt. But in the end, I really wasn't happy with that. So we decided to switch it out and delete it. We also had a big hippo enclosure here, but now we're going for less animal enclosure. We want to be a bit more fair on the animals, especially if you've got rides about, like, I'd never let flamingos live there. With the rides about, I don't think that'd be fair, especially being spied upon like around all directions. There's nowhere to hide, so I think that's a good little decision that will hopefully make it a bit more, I don't know, a bit more realistic probably. I'll see if anyone's in chat. Right, okay, so I thought that for these flamingos we need to really have something that they're going to be looking at. And the telescope can look right up, well, not telescope, like a bit of a binocular kind of thing. We've got a floating life ring just there, and it will look into here. I really love this view, especially when the sun's going down. This was really nice. This was inspired by someone, but I can't remember exactly their name. But I just love how cohesive these kind of circles are. I really like that. So yeah, we're going to have a look, and then if you imagine, you zoom in across just there. I'm not in Plipcam, so I can't at the moment. And then we might have a bit of an information sign. And then you can see over here, this is something I won't, unless we get to it later. I've made a ice cream kind of thing. This was something I made in the past and just plonked it here, but it works really nicely with the cones as carrots and some ice cream and stuff like fridges. And then a bit of a facade, and behind this there will be a coaster. So really happy with how this is looking at the moment. A lot more to do though on it. It's kind of difficult, I think, to make it not look piratey if you're going for an adventure safari theme. And I think I've just about got that, which is good. So yeah, really happy with how it's turning out, and I'm so happy to be back. You've got this tree here. This is like Big Bug Live. That's what I've called it at a local safari park to me. They do a show where you go into like a stage area, and they talk about like the wildest bugs. We can do a bit more work in here for sure. And then there's the fire exit around the back. So I like how we're making something that is unrealistic. This huge tree for a theme park, really. It's something like Animal Kingdom, and it's quite a bog standard thing for a safari theme. And I'm happy enough with how it's looking at the moment. So then, we're going to build a bit of a telescope. Now, I've seen Geekism do this in the past. So we'll take a look at how Geekism has done it. Okay, so I'll pull it up on my phone, because I know I've got a little picture of how he did it. Because Geekism is so brilliant for inspiration. Really, really useful person to watch if you're looking for inspiration of little things in your park. And not necessarily, he didn't always build huge structures, but I really love how he built in the game. One of my Planko heroes as such. So the first thing that we're going to do is, I guess we'll grab an archer and we'll build just here in front. So we've got a nice view. So we'll go to favourites. I always keep an archer here. It's so brilliant to be streaming. I'm really happy to be doing it, even if it is early, and of course people will be at work, but since I'm free, I thought we'd just give it a go, test it out, and maybe something that would be enjoyable on a recap, watching it later on. And hopefully we can get some I'm Matty and other people on just to have a chat, which would be really nice. So we're going to go to basic shapes. If you're joining the chat, I'd really love you to say hello. Just give us a wave, even if it's the morning, just waking up or something. But thank you very much for joining. It's really appreciated. I want to keep that on the world axis, otherwise we'll have problems later on. So we'll go grey for this. I'll try and explain what I'm doing a little bit more, because it's probably a bit odd to be seeing what I'm doing. But if you understand a boardwalk telescope, that's the kind of idea that I'm going for at the moment. Now, Geekism actually used snowman pipe pieces, which of course Frontier was stupid about and didn't give them to us. So we're going to have to find some pieces that make little eyes, which I'm not joking, it's going to be quite difficult. For example, these, if you look through those, they're not really suitable for that. So it might take a bit of scouring of the pages, but hopefully we'll find it in the end. Like something like that is too big, but this is the kind of idea. If we want two eyes, just looking like they're like indented as well, which would be quite fun. So yeah, let's have a look. Like I think that would be quite a good piece for a bit of a nose, but we don't want to do a face. Just something to like rest your nose in, I guess. So we're gonna have to go scouring the pages. I think we'll go to scenery, just to narrow it down a little bit. But we're really looking for the smallest pieces there are that can fit. Like even things like this. I know I'd use the non-gold version. It's way too big. Way too big. Okay, so venture pieces aren't going to work for this, I don't think. Let's have a look. If in chat, if you've got any ideas, there's 4 of you watching. Thank you so much for being here. If you've got any ideas of what we could use that are small, about the size of the eyes of the peeps, to make this, it's like a boardwalk telescope kind of thing. This is all a bit pointy. We want it indented. Geekism actually did use the snowman pipes, which was a really good idea for this, but this is completely different because we don't have them, because it's like the one piece apart from the champagne bottle that they removed from the game, because I think just to get it down to being, I don't know, a PG game or whatever. Universal Studios Europe, thank you so much for joining and saying hello. I hope you're well today. Thank you so much for joining, and we're going to be just doing a bit of tidying up around Mazuri Gardens. This is a park that's been in the works for nearly a whole year, and I've finally found my love for it again, which is I'm really happy about. So we're going to be building in this for quite a lot, a lot in the future. These are all quite pointy. We're nearly halfway in the scenery pieces. It's not looking great, to be honest. I think it might have to come down to something like a screen mount, but then again, that's not ideal. But I'm really happy that the stream is actually working well. Like last night, it was not working well at all. It was lagging. You could barely see the screen. You were just basically watching a slideshow. But no, really happy. Hopefully, when other people are streaming the internet in the house, it still works and holds up. So the problem I'm having at the moment is they have to be thin enough that they're not going to clip outside of there. So like even that emergency light might clip. Something like that. It has the kind of shapes, but still, again, it's not ideal. Gemstones aren't really up there. Ghostbusters, they're probably not going to help us at all. They've got the little pedals, but then again, they're very much, unless there's some weird angle on one of them that we can see. So if you have any ideas, I really appreciate you letting me know, because I'm probably as stumped as anyone else at the moment of what we can do to make a little eyepiece, because I want to make some binoculars that you can pay for, like you can stand on a little stand and then pay to look at the flamingos just across the way there. So we'll just keep scouring, and then we might have to just go for what we initially thought might work, and something that is of course not as good, but it will still sell it. I think sell it well enough. Like these snowman things with the coal in, they could work, but I don't think. No, they're way too big for the face of the peeps, I think. So yeah, not good enough that. We'll keep going around. These could work, but then again, they're too big still. So it's not looking good, I must say. Keep having a look, but no, I think we're going to have to go for the pieces that I've laid on the floor. I think they're going to be our best bet, which is a shame. I'm not too sure how much you can pick up, like my controller clicking away, but I hope it's not too annoying. It shouldn't be. Hopefully the mic's got its range of field going the opposite direction, so we should be alright. I'm going to use that piece later on. But no, I wish there was an easier way to look for small pieces, like in terms of scale. That would be quite nice to do. But no, Frontier don't want us to do that. I mean, Frontier are amazing with making this game, and it's such an awesome game. But there are some things, of course, that a 6-year-old game can't handle, like the optimization for one. But then being like more specific, like the way you filter and pick items. Of course, this was one of the first proper in-depth piece-by-piece builder, and I wish that they made a good step. They did do really well, and as it progressed, they really learnt. Like, for example, looking at these animatronics of the Studios pack, they've really got better at making them recolorable, and then different genders and like not in stereotypes and stuff, which is amazing. So it did a really good job, I think, but some of the optimization is really atrocious. So if you're just joining us today, the plan is to be building a bit of a telescope to look at the flamingos. So of course you can see how slow that I actually build in Planet Coaster. So you can see that the amount of progress that we have here in a park that I've only just started building in again after maybe 9 or 10 months. The amount of time that it takes me to do everything. So like, for example, up here, they're all windows and beams and stuff. Very regular and nothing too exciting for other amazingly skilled builders, but still it does take a long time to get all your pieces laid down. So I'm pretty proud of what we've done already, and I've deleted about 40% of stuff in the park actually. So it's really good to finally be able to say, right, let's get on with it. So okay, we'll colour this black, and I feel like this is going to have to do. So we'll go on the world axis as we remembered to do, which is good. And I feel like that is going to be our best bet. So we've got to line them up nicely. We'll duplicate those. Imagine these eyes just here. I think it still could be effective, just probably not as effective as like making people want to put their eyes in the holes here. So now we'll get this piece. I'm not too sure if a nose is a bit quirky or whether it'd be quite funny. I think that's quite funny. Just put your nose in that hole, and then take a look, really. So we'll group those, and what we want to do is twist it round. And of course we have this on the other side, which this is the problem that we'll have to deal with. We'll have to make this a bit thicker, and then extend these out as well. So things like telescopes and stuff, they're usually a bit bigger on one side, aren't they? So we'll do that. Just duplicate these across. Or maybe we'll go the same size, just because the discrepancy does look a bit odd. There we go, that looks like you can tell that there's holes and you're going to be looking through. I think that will be fine. And so if you're just joining us or watching on the replay, I'm sure you'll gather by now what we're doing. But we are building a bit of a telescope. Just some chill stuff in the morning, nothing too difficult. Although finding the pieces at the moment is proving quite difficult. So we're going to go for a pipe now, the smallest one available. Stretch this up. We'll make that, I feel like green is a good colour for we want that black, and then green elsewhere. Like really almost browny green, because I feel like that's a kind of very standard kind of colour that you'd have for this kind of thing. So we don't want it to be too high, although we want the children to be able to step up on it, like you'd see people doing on a pier. So we need to edit the scenery group. Split. So we'll move this up a little bit. But if you're enjoying, please do like this stream. I really do enjoy streaming, and hopefully when it gets later on into evenings when I'm available to stream, we'll have more people chatting, and that's really good fun to do. So I think I chose the wrong piece there. So for the screen mounts, I'm going to go for something difficult. different, sorry. So we'll go screen mount, and that's favourite, so we'll get rid of that. I should really have these favorited. I'll make this one now, because I use this all the time. Okay. So this is going to be the bit of handles that I guess the children could hold on to. And just below this, we're going to need some kind of shape to make it more believable that it's attached. So I think a Christmas festive piece. So we'll go festive, and the ball, excuse me, the balls I think are quite a good bet. So if that is the perfect size, if we make that black and spin that around, and then go down, move it across. So I'm trying to make the step up bit just here. So if you see, this is where the children could like put their feet on. If you couldn't reach to the top, and I think it's important that it's probably not the same colour, although we don't want it to be standing out too much. I think that very dark grey is good enough. So we must have this central. So we'll just switch that around. But you can, as I keep saying, you can see how long it takes me to get things how I want it in Planet Coaster. I really do like getting it spot on. And it is difficult. So now I think we're going to have a look at trying to get it like properly lined up. So I might go back to the inspiration pictures from Geekism, because that's quite a really good picture really of what the kind of things that I want to be doing here. So we'll get that up. I'll just check the chat if anyone's joined here. So we want now to go for a bit of a stem in here. So I am giving you an awful view of what's going on here. So yeah, just a bit of a stem, really, of what we're going to have like below this bit here. And I think already you can tell that we're almost there, like already. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to check that you can hear me perfectly, just as this is a bit of a test stream. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Yeah, it's all working. Cool. So I've unmuted myself, which is clever. And I think the next thing that we need to do is get a bit of like the piece that will allow you to move it up and down. And that's going to have to be a basic shape. I should really favour loads of the basic shapes, but since they're so easy to find, I usually don't. We use the green axis and move it to about there. Go for this dark grey again. I think we might change the head colour of this just to make it a bit more believable. It's a bit, this is going to be touched by lots of people, this kind of thing. This is really a thing that people will go up to and insert a penny to have a look through. So we want this to be, we'll go to world axis and we'll line it up just perfectly, just like that. At halfway. Okay, and now we're going to just change the colour of this to make it a bit more believable. So you've got to find that colour now. There we go. Okay, so that's going to go down on there. We've got that scenery group, so we'll bring that down. So, of course, if you're on PlayStation, you can quite happily copy this. I don't mind. Do whatever. I really don't mind. So, if this is, something you'd like in your park, and of course you can't access the workshop, go for it, because yeah, it's really good fun to make little things that are realistic, and especially things that you can place anywhere. Like for example, I'll go over here, like this penny press. This, I can add this anywhere. Literally, it's so generic, and it looks like anything that you find in the park. Any different theme it will fit. Like even a modern theme, like, because they are really made out of wood anywhere you go, if it's a museum or like a racetrack or something like that. Yeah, I think that works nicely, and this is why I love building small things like this that everyone can build very easy, step by step, and this is something hopefully we'll do more of on live streams. So we need to turn the angle snap on. Poetry Slam was saying the other day she gets annoyed when not turning the angle snap on, but we all make the mistake. I do it all the time. It's so annoying when you think you've got your piece all sorted and then no. So that's a bit of a trim just to make it look a bit more, again, just believable. And you probably want a bit of a chin rest on this. Like just a bit of a, if you understand what I mean. But we don't want to make it look like a face, that's the problem. Yeah, I think that would make it a bit too comical. We want to make it, not too crazy. Brendel, thank you so much for joining. Keep up the good work. Thank you. We're just having a bit of a chilled stream, just building a bit of a telescope, kind of boardwalk telescope, to look over to the flamingos there that we've built recently, which when you go up close they look really nice, but I imagine the guests will want to zoom in, and this will be placed about here. That's the plan for now. So yeah, just trying to find the correct pieces, but thank you so much for joining and for your kind words. Really glad that you enjoy it. So I think a bit of a triangle piece. Triangular prism, even though these say they're 2D. Okay, so this seems quite big, but we'll see how it looks. I feel like rotating up to there is quite a good plan. And then we've got to get the same colour. Or we might go dual colour just to make it a bit different. But I'll put this on the workshop after I've built it. Because I know people do ask for things like this. Like, look at that. I think that lines up nicely to just give it a bit more texture. I think, like, if you see there, even if we make it a bit lighter, like, you can now see the texture that's coming about, and it looks like you're going to have to place some money in this. And if you want a trick for, like, if you've got anything that needs money, if you go for I think it's the jerry can. I can see the flamingos. Yeah, I was really happy with how they turned out. I think they look class, really. I've seen people do it on the workshop, and I saw some people using candy canes, so I had a bit of a play around with how people were doing it. So my problem now is that how are we going to get this, like, money insertion thing? I don't know how. I'm going to search on Google how, like, boardwalk telescopes work. Quite a lot of traffic going outside. So we'll have a look. And where do they actually put the money in? So they seem to have a bit of a like a box. Okay. So we need a bit of a square, and that's like a bit of a money collection area. So we'll go to the squares and the cubes. See, that's huge. Huge. It doesn't make any sense why the scale is so poor in this game. But we'll go to favourites because they're trusty pieces that I always use. Something like that. It's not really there's no ventilation on this, is there? That's way too big. It could work for a penny machine, but I think the jerry can's the best. I'm not seeing anything that's really that good to put some coins in, really. So I think we'll go back to the jerry can. And I think we're going to have to sink that into the pole or something. If we make this black. I like how that's two-tone. I know the colour matching in this game is atrocious, but I think that works well enough. So I just can't really see where if this was going to go. Like, we could put it there, but that just seems huge, and it does look like a jerry can. So I think this might be a free. Or maybe you can say that you insert your coins just at the top there. So let's have a look at that and group it and see if there's anything else we can add, because I don't want to make it too high piece count. It's the perfect scale. You can imagine them just looking out and having a peek. I think that looks pretty nice, if you ask me. I think it sells the idea well enough. If anything, we could edit it and make it a bit taller, as they're usually things that you have to kind of really peer up to. Like that. So we've got the nice texture on the bottom. It does mean we have to line it up perfectly. And maybe just raising it a little bit might help that. Like that. Okay then. I'm really chuffed with how that looks, and it's peep scale. And we're going to move it across. You can see here's the peeps. We'll of course make it a bit lower. But there they are, look, perfect scale. And I think that looks really nice. 5 of you in the chat at the moment. Thank you so much for joining here. Make sure to wave and say hello to me in the chat. I know it is crazy, Brindle. I can't believe you set it to black and it turns grey. See, this is a common moaning point of, I think, the Planet Coaster community. And like, I don't know if you've watched Poetry Slam before. I have, like many a time. A really good Twitch streamer, like very regular as well. But we're always ranting in the chat and saying, why on earth can you not like recolor things to the same color? It's crazy, especially when you're working with wood. I think you really notice that. I think that's a real key thing, that you really do notice the problems when you're trying to recolor wood of different pieces. So like you have one type of beam and another, and it starts being different colors just because of the textures. I find that really frustrating. So I'm just trying to find some areas where we could actually place this, and I think somewhere like this, if we get it peep height again, I think that would be quite a good place. Yes, there's a bit of a tree in the way, but if we move that in there and make sure the benches aren't clipping, we'll move that in a minute. It might just be the case of deleting one bench, since I mean, it is a long way to walk up here, but I guess just get your exercise in. Yeah, I think that looks okay. If you just peered over there, especially if we remove this plant, you've got a bit of a better view. And just zoom in onto the, especially if it's free, just get a free view onto the coaster. But I mean, you're so happy with like the facade of this. Like, you've got a really tall rock structure, and then you'd never know that at the back of this rock structure it blends into a building. A little shop, which, being honest, needs a realistic door, which it doesn't, which is a bit annoying, which is definitely something I'm going to have to sort out, but I think I like how it looks. I just noticed there's a bit of a gap there that we'll have to sort out. But yeah, the recolouring, Brendel, is really an issue that I do get frustrated at. So I think that's a job well done, and I think if we're going to do anything else, it'll definitely be trying to do a bit of a sign, really. And to do that, it's something that I've not really seen done before. I have actually seen some kind of inspiration somewhere. If I try and find the photo album I literally have a whole album, a Planet Coaster inspiration, just on my devices that I just keep trying to have a look at. You know what? I think this wouldn't be sunk. I think this would be drilled to the ground. So I think we need an adventure pack piece. Grey Mouser, hey all, how are you? Very nice to see you this morning. I hope you're well. And we're just busy building a bit of a telescope for this boardwalk kind of thing. And at the moment we're trying to give it a bit of a base, because I realised that these would probably not just be drilled like into the surface. So we just needed a bit of a concrete block. The smallest one available, hopefully. Just like that one. We'll colour that to, I feel like grey is the best bet. We'll go a bit lighter, so we've got some texture in there. And then sink that like that. Okay. I like that. So let me know what you think. Would you happily place this in your park? Is this something that you'd kind of see in a park? I know it's something that I think I'd see around. We're going to duplicate this across, and then we're going to blueprint it, and people on Xbox can check it out straight away, really. So the problem is some people in the workshop aren't too clever sometimes. They like have a look at it and it's like, oh, you've got to sync it to so far. Okay, so let's make this a blueprint. So save scenery group, new creation. Let me know what you want it to be. Oh dear. See, this is how rare I upload things to the workshop. So we'll get the sun pointing on it nicely. And we'll go for boardwalk telescope. So let me know, how are you, Grey Mouse? So what are you doing in Planco today? And anyone else in the chat. It's kind of just free this morning, so I thought I'd do something chilled. And hopefully in the future we'll get some music on this stream. I can definitely try that out later on today and see if that works. Because that would be really exciting. So this is kind of like Binoculars. Okay, so Binoculars. How do you spell Binoculars? So Boardwalk Telescope Binoculars. That'll tick enough boxes for people to find. I'll put perfect to view vantage points or view far away things. Things from a vantage point. And I must say, and credit, I'm going to have to check how you spell vantage. Vantage point. Yeah, there's a film Vantage Point. I've seen that one. It's like about snipers and it's a good film. Far away things, you probably can't even see this. There we go. Oh, you can see it, I think. Far away scenery. I don't have my keyboard plugged in like I would. I'm doing pretty well. Just got on Planco for the day. Nice. What are you building? I'm just chilling in Mazuri and having fun. We won't stream for too long, but I'm glad if you can just listen and play. I always do that. Put a stream on while playing, or some kind of park tour or sort of something. Even if you don't look at the screen, because of course it's slower work. Building in Planco takes ages. So inspired by Geekism. And then shall I plug the YouTube channel, and you might even have someone checking out and joining the stream. Because I have had people saying lovely stuff on the workshop, and wanting to tell how to build it and like videos. So this stream would really help someone. Sorry, this is taking a while. There we go. And I don't usually say credit, but it's kind of the unwritten rule that you hope people would do. So what is it? It's scenery. It's park scenery. It's not a building. It's kind of just a scenery, isn't it? Well, I guess that's what it is. I guess it's a service. Is it a service? Other service. Leisure. It's none of those. It could be ride scenery, maybe. Is it nature? No. Okay, so that'll do. Park scenery. They're the DLCs that you need for it. I like that blueprint. And I think, I'm not familiar with the workshop, but I think we just put the same thing. Making buildings, finishing up the entrance of the park, and watching you. Well, thank you for joining. I think I've seen pictures of your park, haven't I? And it's really quite something. Looks amazing. Like all the different pieces for the archways, like the windows, look really nice. So you can see the front page of the workshop. Really nice to see it updated. We've got some things that we'll have to have a check out of. And we're going to upload a creation. So this one. Upload as new. And there we go. Don't need to do anything to that. And there we go. It's on the workshop. If any of you want it. Is that something you do use Grey Mouse? So let me know. It's certainly something I'm going to be placing around. Just around my parks, really. There we go. We've got it as a blueprint. And that's the main thing that I set out to do today. But I really think that's something to kind of border it a bit. Just like to give you a bit of a sign would be nice. But I think I might have to do a bit more research in terms of that. Because at the moment, unless I can find some kind of sign. I know Venture have got some nice signs. I'll have a look. They've got that, yeah, that one like that. But then again, that's huge. And I want it to be like that. Like button up against the thing to show you the information. But that is way too big for me. Especially if you want things to go at the back. So I think for me, what we're going to do now is just, I'm going to test out some music. I'll check it out for inspo. Yeah, you know, feel free to use it if you want. I know I'm not a big fan of using workshop items. And you know what? I think something that we could do quickly is something... Was it Grey Mouse? It was you, wasn't it? These amazing bins. Let's find them. Look at this. I found this on the workshop the other day. It's pretty cool. I've messaged the creator saying, are you doing anything else? Like, but it doesn't seem like they're active in Planet Coaster. Although they did something like this, which I might have a look at, and which looks cool. Right, where are these bins? They're really nice bins at that. You made those bins, but you made other ones. Like the big... Where are they? I didn't unsubscribe to them. Sometimes on the workshop you just scroll past things and you like it's right in front of your eyes and you miss it. But I mean, it's not going to be facility, surely. What did you note it at, Grey Mouse? Bins? Was it just bins? Because I want to find them now and I want to show you what I meant with the trash things. Frontier Workshop. Okay, so we're doing a bit of a... This is probably the last thing we'll do today. We'll build some nice trash cans and bins, basically. So we'll go to your... Because it'll be scenery, the other stuff that I've got from you. Is this it? It's there. Right, I'm going to unsubscribe and subscribe again. It says update available. That was probably why. Okay. Okay, let's find it now. If I'm blind and I'm just scrolling past it, I'm really annoyed. Or sometimes the workshop really does play up. I can't see it. There, got it. It was there, I saw it. Yeah, I'm being stupid then. Right, okay, so these are amazingly built by Grey Mouse, and I absolutely love them. However, I'm stupid when it comes to Planet Coaster, and I like to build stuff on my own. Because it's just me. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to plagiarise this stuff, but I know Grey Mouse will be fine with it. And in the past, I've given a bit of credit on the back of it to the creator. So let's have a look at building these. So what have you done? It'd be really good fun to have you along to see how you've actually built it. I think maybe something we could do is cut down the amount of pieces. I mean, you've used a curb. A curb? Why? Fair enough. If there's a bigger curb, then we're definitely using that. If anything, I'll try cut down the piece count. Yeah, you can. Okay. We'll stick... Should we stick to the surface? No, we'll go solo. I really love the indentations you've got. colours. I'll go dark green, I think. But yeah, of course, if you're going to steal, like me, I'm just stealing someone's idea, make sure to credit them. It's always nice to do, because I will get annoyed myself if stuff that was mine was being stolen. I think scale, you've got it spot on. So we're going to take that. No, don't join the scenery group. So yeah, as I said, the stream, I had no idea what I was going to be doing. At the moment, we're just doing a bit of tidying up, really. And doing some things instead of having to use the Planko things. This stream got fun. Well, yeah, when you're building bins, you know, it's really top quality content, really. But no, streams sometimes can be quite slow. I'm just building stuff, but you know, it just shows how long things take, and streams really are usually just to hang out and chat and talk about what you're doing in Planko and stuff like that. So we'll go for that. We don't want it to be clipping, so that's like a basis of what we've got, and that's what you've done, I think. The stream got fun. Yeah, it's small, and why not? What, this? Yeah, use the small one though. I'm going to use the bigger curbs. I like the use of curbs though. They're actually really nice textures, and I didn't realise how nice they are. I just love how you've got the actual like going back a bit of a style to it. We don't want to go too far, but I think you want it to be noticeable as well. And also you don't want to be able to see those lines too much, which is a bit annoying. So now we've got that basis, we can actually duplicate all of this down one. If you see like that. Oh, we've got these horrible lines on it, which is annoying. But I guess it's going to have to be the way we do it, because I can't see any other way. What I think has to be done is move this up a little bit though. I mean, we've still got the indentation. I think maybe something we could do be group this and then edit, move these back a tad. But it just shows you little things like this can really make a park. Instead of having that blue ugly thing that's horrible, really is horrible. That big bin, see over here? This is what I mean. It's horrible blue bin. It's nice, but why is it? It's got Planet Coaster branding and it's blue. So it just literally, it sticks out like a sore thumb from here. Oh dear. We're trying to reconnect to the stream. Sorry, we're having technical problems. There we go, we're back. We're back. We had a bit of a buffer there. I don't know if that's internet connection or me just clicking a wrong button, but you should be able to see. There you go, you can see, trying to reconnect. We're all back. It's alright. Okay, so we're there, and then we want one of them to jut out a bit more. I'm really happy that we've got you along, Grey Mouse, just to help me do this, because it is a bit fiddly. I really like the way you did it, and thank you so much for the inspiration. So let me know what are other people doing today in Planko, in the world of Planko. Anyone else that's in the chat, I'd love to know, and maybe give some ideas to your park or something like that. It's really nice to hear what you're doing, and look out for it on the workshop also, because that's something I like to do, is to, you know, get people, you know, check things out and look out for things and like look forward to seeing things. Okay, so we're going to split that from the building and make it a bit wider, like Grey Mouser has brilliantly done. It's demonstrated just there. And the main thing that's going to make this original is my ingenious use of bin bags. Because Grey Mouser didn't know until I told him that we actually have bin bags, and why on earth have you used snowman bits? which is actually a genius way of bin bags. Like before they had the Studios pack, that you'd be top dog on talking about which things to use. Okay. So we want to try and cover the clipping with the non-clipping stuff. Like that. That looks good. Really good. Happy with that. See how it's covering it up. I've got my concentrating face on to line it up. No problem. Well, if anything, I'll try and make it less clippy. I think that'll be the objective for what I'll do. I think if I do that, then I win. But you'll get your name on it. I'll say, Grey Mouse has been created by me. Okay, what did you do next? How low did you go? Oh, you went clever. Oh dear. Yeah, you made it more difficult for me, didn't you? Okay. So these need to jut in and not clip. So they need to go in like... Oh, no. It's not easy. I said it would be a quick task. So how on earth have you... Ugh. It's not easy, this. Right, okay. So you want that to go in a bit to the amount that you want to jut it in a bit. And same with this one. Okay. And the same for the other indentation. Okay, I said it would be easy. This is not easy. Not to get it in the quality that Grey Mouse has. But yeah, if you're just joining, we're just building a bit of we're just chilling in Planco really. Not doing too much, but in Mazuri Gardens, just building some stuff that should help you, hopefully. Build some cool stuff in Planco, and stuff that you can use as well. In your own parks, because I think it's nice to have stuff to plonk down. Okay, this looks okay. We're going to have to group all this in the end. And once we have it, it'll be a big accomplishment. And Grey Mouse will be super proud of us. Okay, take that down. Take it in. Okay. That one needs going in. Yeah, Grey Mouse, you made this look easy. And it looked easy, to be honest. Yeah, sorry, I can't really speak too much because I'm concentrating too much. Right, that's seeming... the sun's glaring on the screen to make it easier. Nice. Right, concentration. And then we're going to have to flip that, I think. So this piece goes up and just a bit behind. Okay then. So you've done that, okay. Yeah. That's about the height it goes as well. If not, it'd be nice to have it a bit bigger, but we'll take this up a bit. As you've done a really nice curve. Or, what angle are we at? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, really nice, how you've done this. So bring that out to about there. Use this, and I'm hoping that it will let us switch it around when we've got one side and just do it. I'm even confused. You're confused. Well, as long as you're confused, then that's fine. That was the aim. I don't know how you did it, but the way that I'm doing it seems to just about be working. Look. If only I was easy and just didn't bother about not using other people's stuff. But once we have it, we'll have it to recolor and it'll be all beautiful. Well, as long as I'm not confusing you and putting you off your game, and that's okay. I'm going to pull some curtain because it's annoying me now. Give me a second. Okay, it helps when you can see the screen that you're playing on. And we've done that now. Deary me, it's difficult. Right, okay, so we're going to have to make that one there. This is some exhilarating planet coaster, I must say. But this is what live streams are about. I've said this lots of times today. Just doing random stuff. And if you're on PlayStation, give Grey Mouser some thanks in the chat for finding an awesome way to make some trash cans. Why am I saying it the American way? I'm not MJ Games. To make some bins. Like dumpsters. Oh, we don't want that. Come on. We want that so you can't see it, and then... Alright, okay, that'll do. That'll do. And then we'll make this a bit tidier. Although it will have a lid on. Is there a max piece count for parks? On console, yes there is. And on PC, yes there is. It all depends for PC how good your PC is. And for example, here I'm on console, so this is different. This is very much playing to what they allow you. So if you see at the bottom of the screen, which actually I haven't set the stream up to be able to see, at the bottom it says 43%. And if you want to find a way how to do that, you go to settings if you're on console. Then go across to, where are we? Here we are, the counter, all the way on the right, like the folder icon if you're on the console. And then you go down to here, remain on screen, always. And you can see that we're at 43%. So I'm next gen. And if we go above 66%, which is like roughly where that not backwards compatible starts, then that is exactly where the last gen players can no longer play it. So this park I actually was about 80%, and I deleted all the stuff I didn't like, and I'm back to like a basic level of what I did enjoy and what I liked after all these 8 months of not being in this park. So you have to be really ruthless when you're on console. But hopefully that answers your question. But it's definitely a big consideration when you're playing. What is this? Oh, nice. I like that piece. Looks like a real sliding. I thought, yeah, but let us know in the chat. Thank you so much for joining, Dan. If there's anything else that you'd like to know about the counter, as I like to think I know quite a lot about it, as we do all these tests as content creators, the cliche, of how much you can actually fit into a park. So what piece have you used back here? Just doubled it up. Ah, I see. Okay, so we'll split those, duplicate those across. Oh, it's so difficult for clipping, but we'll manage. And we're going 2 across, aren't we? How far do you actually overlap? You don't, do you? So you've left a bit of it not flush, I think. No, you have, but I'm going to do that because I think it looks a bit more realistic, possibly. Okay, so no clipping, which we're happy about. And it might be the case that we might actually have to just move it across as we have just there. We're going to have to build it up just here with something. I don't know what you've used. I keep looking at my phone looking for inspiration, but I know that it's actually you who's built it, Grey Mouser. So we'll get these. That seems crazy. I've got parks with 300,000 pieces on PC. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. If you look at this, I'll show you how many pieces this is once I place this piece on Xbox. And like, I think I like it in a way, even though this was the huge complaining point. Like, absolutely huge. This was what everyone moaned about when it was released on console, and rightly so, I think, because they made it very sly. Everyone bought the game on pre-orders, and then suddenly we were told, hold on, you can't build like PC players, which we can't. We can't build the amount. But when you look at this, I'm at 43%, and it's taken me 8 months to come back and get like inspiration to join and play this park again. And this is 18,000 pieces, so at 43%. So I know it's nothing like PC, but I have never got to the stage where I've finished a park, because I just want to do different themes. Like this park is safari. I've got a Zomplip Studios. You have to check that out. There's a playlist on the channel which is very much studios themed, and that's got like nearly the car park, and the entrance is taking a good, I don't know, 50%, 50-60%, but we've also got a good selection of rides in already. But you have to check that out. I really do like that one. I like that Grey Master. I just realised how you propped it up there. It's cool. We'll get the trash bags in a minute. So I think that width is all good that we've used there. And on the back, I'm guessing, yeah, it's just is it a flat back? No, it's not. You've gone above and beyond as well. Okay. So we'll have to switch this around, and if it doesn't clip how I want it to, like to the size, then we'll see how we can arrange it. So we want it to really line up, and it's not at the moment. So we'll have a look how we can do that. So, this is the problem why I should have used smaller pieces, you know. I'm going to have to extend it out and just make it very flush. Surely new gen machines can handle way more. So this is next gen Xbox, and we're on 43%. And no, I think if Planet Zoo console if it ever was released, then that would be the thing that I'd be campaigning for, that I've made videos on. I would personally want last gen to be dropped completely from it all, because they were held back. If we didn't have last gen on this, like this, if you get 100% park, it's no way laggy. I'd argue that the optimization of console is much better than PC. I just think it is. Everything runs so smoothly, even when you're at 100%, which is getting onto, you know, kind of low end, or, you know, PCs like that aren't the greatest, but still, I argue that it is a very good way into Planco. And yes, we don't have TMTK, we don't have custom images, which is annoying, but really I haven't found a real need for them. And also it's good fun to, like, if I was having TMTK, I would probably never build this, but that's just fun. Like, I really find some fun in building something like that. Or I don't know, like a penny press, you might have a excuse me, like a bit of a TMTK thing for that, or a ride thing like this. These are the little things that I just love building. I know PC players still do them, or flamingos. If I was on PC, there's no way I'd build these. But how much more character, I think, does it give that you've actually built these flamingos than the little animatronic moving ones that you've got on the PC? I know you have on the Steam Workshop, but that's just my opinion, really. I think it is a shame, but it's all we can do, really. Is just enjoy the game that we have, and it's much cheaper than owning a PC as well. So, group scenery. I'm going to take this across, and this is going to be oddly... Yeah, of course it is. Okay. Edit scenery group. Okay, so... we're going to duplicate these across. I want this to be perfect for your mouser. And then once we've done this, we'll be very happy. And we'll go and get on with the day, I think. I might just try and play some music and test that out. That would be quite a good thing to do, I think. And then for future, we'd know exactly that it works. I'd be really happy that it works. But, you know, even finding ways around this to stream from the Xbox, so more difficult than from a PC, because you've got all these things to think about setting up. Let's try and get some music on, shall we? We've got 20% on my computer with no thing plugged in. Let's try Spotify and see if it'll work for us. I don't know if that's lagging a bit more now. Hello, it's Matty. Matty is joining, and you will notice that we've just been streaming for I don't know how long, but it's working. I might have to plug my computer in. You can see. Right, okay, so let's go on here. Oh dear, what are we doing? The computer is definitely slow. We've got Bastille, we can't play that. Please don't play. Lo-fi. This is the playlist that should not get copyrighted. And then if we turn that down, I've noticed that. Okay. And then there. Now I'm going to play it on my thing, and I'll turn my mic off. Just give me a second. Isn't that cool? We've got music. We've actually got music. I'm going to turn it up. How cool is that? Matty, it's working. You're so tired. You were up till 4 playing Planko. Doing the... Get it up a bit more. How cool is that? Matty, it's working. Haha, it's working. Right, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy. Right, the music. You got music to chill to now, so you can enjoy that. So at the moment we're building some trash bins, and this morning we've built this bit of a vantage point, like telescope. I've just put it on the workshop, just to look at the flamingos over there because they were a bit far away. It's working. Greymaster says, "Hey all." Thank you for joining, Matty. What are you doing this morning? I'm guessing you're not on Planko, but you might be. Only problem is I should plug some headphones in and get some music for myself and get the vibes. So we'll just duplicate this across, and then we should be able to put some trash bags or bin bags in, and we'll be good to go for the actual thing. We need that piece there. Yeah, it gets a bit tricky now when you get to the angle. This is the tricky bit. Lining it up. It's working, but not with me there, so it's not fully working. It's looking a bit more laggy to me now. Hold on. I don't know if that's the music doing that, but it was. If I quit Spotify. You know what? I might plug the computer in. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. The makeshift stream is actually performing very well, I think. We'll jump back on the thing. It will show you now. But I'm back. Matty says, "Yo, I'm on Planko, lol. Putting the final few touches on my train station." There we go. Nice. So there you go. I hope that's not too laggy. I don't know if it started lagging because Matty's joined. But if you rewind, you'll see that we haven't lagged for... let me zoom around the park and let me see if it's lagging at all. It's probably because Matty joined. Just how it goes, really. We even rode a coaster... excuse me. Even rode a coaster and it was buttery smooth. We're just flying around the park. See, that's interesting. How that's lagging now. I don't know if it's anyone doing anything else in the house on Wi-Fi. But if I turn... See that you can literally see whatever I'm doing on the settings. And output. If I turn this down, the bit rate or whatever. Apply. Okay. So that's should be a bit better. This is just how it goes. It wouldn't lag if you had a PlayStation 5. You can stream smoothly from a PlayStation 5. Yeah, shush. I know you can. But Team Xbox and all that, yeah. We really should have got a PS5, shouldn't we? Oh dear. We're here though. We've got this. And we're here to make it work. You know, I'd probably rather try and save up for a PC than a console now. Especially if Planet Coaster 2 ever comes out. I just have to play that. I'm not missing out. And I doubt that will come to console. Even though it's done well on console, I just think they wouldn't want to do that, I don't think. So, Greymaster extended this back, didn't he? As far as I can see, it's not... Almost swore. It's probably some kind of voice break. I didn't even realise. That's working there. So that's the thing with, if anything that's similar, the YouTube will be like, oi. Right, okay, extend this out and then this should be done. Hopefully. Although this isn't being clever. Come on. That needs extending back. We've just been saying this is the quality kind of content that you want to be watching. Really good fun. Just watch, like building a bin. So I hope you've been enjoying the stream. Really like quite entertaining. You know what? I'm going to be not stupid. I'm going to make it simple at the back and make it just flat. Because it really is going to take up piece count doing it a different way, or just like not lining up at all. So how's the stream, Matty? Be honest. Is it... How laggy is it? It's 720p and I think it's good enough, you know. I think it's fine, just. And I managed to get a bit of music on, but then I don't know if that was stopping it or something. You're doing good so far, thank you. Edit senior group, there we go. I've just forgotten how to play Planko. There we go, keep moving up. I don't think the back of it's that necessarily needing to be done well, I guess. See, that's... Oh, that's okay. Okay, and then we just need to block this out, and then we'll make a variation quickly with the trash bit. What's it called? Bag. Trash bag or Bin bag. That looks good enough. Back of that looks good. Right, what have you done for wheels? As you can see, Matty, this is not my creation. But I'm just silly when it comes to... not like I have to build everything that I've done in my park, even if I copy something. I have to know exactly how to build something. Which is silly, but... just hanging with Plip. Just enjoying your soothing voice. It's really not. What's this? Yeah, we'll have that. Thanks, Grey Mouser. I just feel like I'm ripping it off, but... needs must. Now, I'll be honest, Matty. How's the... it's slightly laggy. It's more than watchable. Oh, good. I don't know if that's because other people have woken up or... and turning things on. Or my computer's running out of battery. I'm not sure what that would be due to. But I optimised the settings so we're not trying to stream at 1080. We're now trying to stream at 720. And to be honest, for a stream, you could probably get away with, 480 or whatever. Probably not. But I think it'd just be good enough. I think this is definitely bearable, like watching it now. Especially for a stream. You're getting to listen to me. It's beautiful. So you've used those, but I'm not sure about that. I feel like the bottom of a bin doesn't look like that. I'm going to switch those around like that. And then move it down a bit. Move it across. Have you built a scarecrow, Matty, in your park? I want there to be a scarecrow. That'd be nice. Good old scarecrow. Oh, what else is countryside? A sheep. Build a sheep. And put cosmic cow. No, probably don't. More than watchable. Good. Yeah, I think looking at my phone, it looks fine. Looks fine. Cool. And then we'll have to try and get Matty on in the future, but that might kill the computer. See, what you've done is something special. You've done something special here. You've gone for that. Like that. And I haven't. So I think we need to move these up. Let's just spot the difference at the moment. So I think these pieces you used were really ingenious. And like the pieces you've used really do work nicely. For the like these, you can definitely tell that they slide across. And I think that's good, apart from the wheels. Can anyone make a crop circle, Matty? Yeah, and you make one of those, what's it called? When you have the stones in a circle, like the witchcraft thing. On a hill. One of those. That's just another random thing that would be quite funny. And then you can have the witch. And the people sat on the stones and stood on them. What else could you build? Right, come on, give me inspiration for what I can put on the floor. Someone help me. Some kind of wheels, but like not. What's that piece called? The like wheelie wood thingy. It's Western Pack, isn't it? trolley thing. It's red. Where are you? I'm being stupid again. I was scrolling past pieces earlier. I honestly can't see it. They're quite nice wheels. Ooh. It's whether you want it to move that way or the other way. I think that's acceptable. Probably not. Does that look a bit better than what Grey Mouse has done? Sorry, Grey Mouser. Stonehenge. Yeah, that kind of thing. I think. No, isn't that's no, not a Hadrian. Yeah. Yeah. That's what you need. Does that look stupid or not? I think it might look a bit stupid. Or is that a better... Grey Mouse, you can be the judge of it. Is it a better variation of what you've done? Or not? Alright, come here. So that's not clipping. That is... That's going to be clipping now, isn't it? Although that looks quite cool with the metal pieces. We probably can't get it doing both sides now without moving them. Edit. What do you think? It looks a bit like a Monsters Inc. kind of thing, but I'm happy enough with that. Looks amazing, thank you. Well, we must give Grey Mouse all the credit for this, because we'll group this and then we'll edit and get rid of all my stuff. And we must put a Grey Mouse sign saying thank you Grey Mouse for inspiration. But Grey Mouse didn't realise we had bin bags. So I win. Let's get it. Trash. It'll come up, won't it? It's not Western. There we go. See. Now who looks silly, Grey Mouser? Tyres may work. Yeah, I don't know. Tyres are probably a bit... Do they have tyres? They just have like really rubbish plastic wheels, don't they? Okay, I'll duplicate this and then we'll do one open, as Grey Mouse has wonderfully demonstrated just here. So they can obviously slide or they can open, and to make it original. Oh, we've got two, so it's more difficult. Is it pointing up or you? Yeah, you pointed it up. See? Everyone steals ideas once in a while. It's kind of relaxing trying to find the puzzle and how to fix the puzzle and how to master like this. I'm not too sure about the wheels, but it'll work. Okay. Get some. This is the annoying thing. Like, you can't just randomly rotate it. On the Jurassic World, what's it called? Prehistoric Kingdom, yes you can, which is quite cool. Like, it's got some feature where it's like, rotate random, and it's so useful for foliage. Like, amazing, like, the stuff that you can now do. And it makes, you know, it's so more natural. I guess the skill of it has taken a bit. Because like in Planet Coaster we say, you know, you need to be rotating all the time. Me and TJ were saying that the other day in our stream. So we don't want to see any of the interior of this. And we don't want to make it look like it's just a big mash of bin bags. But as long as you can't see it. It's a proper full bin, this, isn't it? So yeah, we do have bin bigs, grey mouser. You can see there. There you go. There's Ruby barking. There's no one at the door either. Okay, nice. I like that. And we'll let people do what they want with them, I guess. Or we might not even put it on the workshop, but we'll need one falling over, I think, as Grey Master has done. Rotate it a bit. Right, nice. And 3's the magic number, I think. Red axis. We don't want it there, we want it to the side. Right, there we go. I think that is spiffing. We better credit Grey Master now. Get a sign on there and we'll be done, I think. And my computer's not run out of battery yet. If it does, if we suddenly leave, then you know that's stream over. The computer's run out of battery. We'll get you colour. Oh, that's how. See, this is what I said really early on this stream. Colour matching's atrocious. As I was saying to Poetry Slam. Yeah, just be sure to return it, lol. It's not stealing, it's borrowing. Yeah, it is borrowing. It's fine. Right. Inspo. Are we going to fit you on? We're one off. If we get rid of that. Yes. Love it. We'll go there. We'll make it nice and stand out because you deserve the credit. Because I've literally plagiarised the whole build. Because I love it. There we go. Inspo Grey Mouser. Let's get that and put it over there as well. Right, there we go. Nice. Anything else that I've missed? We've got the wheels. Everything's the same, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll get rid of this. This rubbish. And I'm not being mean now, I'm just being literal. So don't take it to heart. I'm rubbish at jokes, aren't I? It's just like Matty's jokes in his first episode, eh? No, go and check it out. Grey Master, have you seen it? Matty's new video. Really good. And I can't wait to see him finish the park. I won't say anymore. Five people watching this absolute rubbish. But thank you very much for being here. We don't want to group them. We'll put them as a blueprint, shall we? Or should we just let Grey Master be? Yeah, we'll put them as a blueprint and we'll say Inspo Grey Master in the description. In fact, if you want to recolour them, then you've got no chance. Unless get rid. Nah, Planet Coaster's not clever enough for this. No, we're not recolouring. They can do it themselves. Oof. Yeah, there's no way we are recolouring them. Green's the perfect colour for bins, though. That is like the perfect colour. Okay, so group. Say blueprint. Okay. What are they called? Dumpsters. Bins. Come on, let me know in chat. What is it? One man's rubbish and another man's treasure. No, I love it, Matty. You know I love it. We've what are they called? What have you named yours, Mouser? And I'll beat you to it on the workshop. Let's check how much battery we've got if we're about to crash. 26 hour, we're going up, we're okay. One man's rubbish is another man's treasure. Wise Matty. Oh, what we saying? Bins. Large bins or dumpsters. We'll go // because they are like dumpsters, aren't they? Is that what they're called? Canisters. Canisters are small, aren't they? Bins. We'll go large bins, dumpsters for the American audience. And then we'll say inspired by Grey Mouser with some, because I don't want to make it like I've just stolen your creation, tweaks. How do you spell tweaks? Tweaks. There. Dumpsters are good, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to say this is some exhilarating stuff. 4 people watching this amazing stream. What are they called? Like, what should we say? Get on top of your trash game. That'll do. Inspired by, and then we've got to give the little shout out. Check out. Done lots of blueprints today. Grand total of 2. But anyone watching on the replay, I cannot believe that you've got to this point. I mean, thank you so much for being here. Or if you're just chilling and just want to listen to talking rubbish, like we have today, very literally. Just listening to the clicks of my controller. Right, we've got to choose what it is. Park scenery. That's all it is, isn't it? Services. Leisure. It's none of those. Just park scenery. Okay then. Say blueprint. Matty is tweaked. Tweak Matty. Oh dear. Is that your back? Hi Moomin. You alright? Thanks for joining. We're just talking rubbish. Literally. We've just plagiarised. Well, you can't even see it. We haven't plagiarised at all. Some dumpsters for the American audience to get rid of this rubbish. So that can go, and we'll put something in there. And then at the start of the stream, which has been really, like, we've been trying to get it not laggy, and you can probably see that it's still laggy. Because streaming from an Xbox is a nightmare. We built this little thing. And I'm sure Moomin will recognise that this is inspired by Geekism's thing. But we move. It's, yeah. Thanks for being here. Saying hello. We need to put this in the workshop now. You can see what our workshop, the state of our workshop, Moomin. Howdy. They're called dumpsters or wheelie bins. Well, Yeah, I guess wheelie bins because they do have wheels. So this is what we have to deal with, Moomin. And anyone else. We had another PC player earlier. Six Flags. Got some stuff. The problem is this doesn't get updated. Like I know that I've checked out these. I don't want to say that any of them aren't good, but some of them, like, things are very much blueprints from even Frontier that they've made and just re-uploaded. So that's the epitome of the skills of Planet Coaster Console. That's nice. Like, some people are doing cool stuff. And then to upload things, we go here. You go to all your stuff. And then all you can do, you can't even do a screenshot. And that's all you can do. Public, upload, and that's it. So, it's not perfect, but, I mean, it's not even crossplay, so I can't have a look at Matty's stuff either. But we've got a few Xbox players. I'll put this dumpster. That was rubbish. I'll use this one. I think I'll use this one all the time. I think it's about 100 pieces, so it's okay. You watch, it doesn't fit. Oh, it's good enough. And will it wheel out? It probably won't even clear that gap, but who cares? And the turning circle, because it's got 4 wheels, is going to just be a straight line as well. Never mind. There's a bag under there. So how's Moomin this fine Tuesday morning? I watched your video yesterday. And yeah, it's really, really good. Although I was scared because when it said Planet Zoo, what's this game called? Coaster. Because I wrote a little in notes if Planet Zoo and Console would ever combine, and like talking about like the welfare of animals. So like in Mazuri Gardens here, we've got flamingos, but these are very much like fake. Because we did actually have we used the hippos and made a hippo enclosure, but I've realised that that's kind of not the direction we want to go anymore. So yeah, that's it. That's Mazuri Gardens, and we just had a bit of a mess about making some bins and this blueprint here. And hopefully this will mean that we can stream a bit more. Of course, you can see that it is still laggy and my computer's about to blow up. But I think it's bearable. All good, thanks. How are you? I'm very well, thanks. So it's half term for me, so I've got revision and stuff to do, but I thought I'd just try this out. Because me and Matty I wasted Matty's time. I felt really bad last night trying to get us both on, but the internet couldn't deal with it, really. So that was annoying. This is something we're building at the moment. This is I wanted push points for the doors. This is very Moomin-y. And Mass Bandit did stuff like this. But push points on the doors and stuff. But I find it quite difficult to make it not look like... you don't want to make it look like just pirate, which this kind of does. But I just want it to be generic safari, really. But that's the state of Mazuri Zoo Gardens. Before my computer blows up, I really thank you for being here. And I know it's going to take me 20 minutes to try and end the stream, because I've got no idea what I'm doing. But thank you so much for being here, and I've really enjoyed it, and hopefully we can stream more in the future, and hopefully do park showcases. We might be able to get Matty on in the future, but as soon as Matty turned up, even in the chat, it started lagging. So all Matty's fault, really. Same for most things, so... Yeah, thanks Matty. Thanks for being here. Greymaster, it's been brilliant speaking to you. Moomin, thanks for dropping in. As my voice starts to break as I lose my voice. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. And anyone watching the replay of this, I don't know how you've watched, 2 hours of this, but thank you very much. And I'll try and end this stream. Bear with me. Here we go. There we go. Part looks amazing, Plip. Thanks, Moomin. See you later.